right, check this out. You guys are back on the Hater World, and I'm Blue Devil. What we got going on today is a video of a man from Fresno. He a upstate Southsider. You know, got sentenced to 75 years for lighting up innocent bystander. Well, at least that's how the media portrays this man. I don't know if it's true or not. I seen it pop up on my feed a few days ago, and we gonna react to it together. All right, now look, before we start this video, today is Tuesday the 21st. We got Mr. Capone in the building. All right, at 7 p.m. We're gonna go live at 6 or 7. I'm not sure. Okay, just be on call. Be on call. All right. I will tell you this one's gonna be different. I'm not gonna tell you what's gonna happen. All I'm gonna tell you is that this one's gonna be different. So tap in. It's either at 6, 6:30, or 7. All right. We're gonna have all the homies in attendance. You know, a couple of how can I say this? Two homies are gonna pull up that are in the media. All right. Salute to them. Salute to them. Two surprise guests. There we go. We got two surprise guests. All right. Salute to the surprise guest. They gonna pull up. Salute to them. All right. Other than that, I don't have a pod lined up for Thursday, but I'll figure it out last minute. I'm sure there's a gang of people in my DM that I've invited and hit me back, or just somebody that's hit me up trying to pull up. All right. It is 9:28 in the morning. And right now, I'm going to go get a cut. And I got to get things ready for today's podcast, all right? So stay tuned for that. Other than that, look, there's a video I dropped yesterday, and it didn't do numbers. And it was, I guess you would call it a controversial video, but it didn't do numbers because of the way that I titled the video. And I put a photo of an old man, so nobody knows who I'm talking about in the title, right? And it don't matter. I don't care. Listen, there's a dude that's crashing out, and I don't want no part of it. Keep away from me. Keep the crash out to yourself. Just keep me out of your drama. All right. With that being said, let's go ahead and watch this video. It is titled "Suspect in Fresno Shooting After Super Bowl Argument Makes First Court Appearance." There's two videos we're going to watch. This one, and we're going to watch the sentencing, all right? So let's go ahead and press play on this. Let's go.
Signing this document.
The judge in the case against Daniel Gonzalez allowed his arraignment to be delayed until next week to give his new defense time to prepare.
So look, that dude right there, he's an upstate Southsider. He's from Playboys. Yeah, the one in LA, it probably ventured up there, and they started their own little subsection, their clique. That's a lot of times that's what happens, bro. A lot of
Time to prepare.
It just turns like that. A lot of people migrate. A lot of people leave their areas and they move on to different areas and they start their cliques wherever they're at, and they start growing a big enough army to where they can maintain, they can recruit, and they can survive. But then you also got people that move to different cities and they'll gangbang while they're there, but once they leave, it's over. So for sure. All right, we got somebody hitting me up in the middle of a reaction. They want me to answer the phone? All right, let's go. Hold on. Yo, what up, fool?
What up, G? What's cracking with you?
Hey, I'm in the middle of a reaction, fool.
Oh shit, damn.
Hey,
Hey, fool.
say what's up to everybody, fool, and I'll call you after this.
Hey, what up, everybody? Lux Tattoos, man. Shit, shout out to Blue Devil, man, doing his thing, man. Much love.
There you
Peace.
go. I'll hit you up right after this, fool.
All right, play
All
it.
right, got you. All right, that was Lux Tattoos. Shout out to Lux Tattoos. I'm I'm telling you, bro, we working, we networking, we tapped in with everybody. I know it hurts a lot of feelings that this fat boy got it cracking. But what's gonna happen when I lose the weight? Alright. But back to this. Alright, so homie star subsections everywhere, bro. The only thing that I haven't seen is the North, which is the Norteños, come down to Southern Cali and start subsections down here. That's one thing that I have not seen. Will we ever see it? I don't think so, but you never know. Now let's continue.
Hair. Police arrested the 34-year-old documented gang member Saturday, shortly after the shooting on Tuolumne and B Street.
The best thing the new attorney can do is ask for a continuance. Give me time to look at the police reports. Let me talk to my client and see if there's any kind of defenses here, or is he even capable of entering a plea.
Legal analyst Tony Capozzi believes there are a number of defenses that could come into play if the case goes to trial. Investigators say Gonzalez approached 24-year-old Frank Rojas outside his home, mistaking him for a gang member because of the colors of the 49ers flag that was hanging from the outside of his home. Following an argument, Gonzalez opened fire and killed Rojas.
So the homie from Playboys, and the only reason I say the homie is because, they wear a blue rag, and, where we're at, we carry blue rags, right? So the homie, not my homie, just the homie, smoked somebody because they had a San Francisco 49ers flag hanging from their house. This is in Fresno. This is already in, hold on. This is already in rival territory because it is up north. So I'm pretty sure maybe this area right here belongs to Southsiders, and they probably seen the 49ers bandana or the flag hanging, and that homie was probably like, what? This is my hood. And all true reality is not. That belongs to the Norteños, but the fools invaded. Upstate Southsiders invaded and took over that block. And now look, I'm just assuming, I don't know, but what else would a Playboys gang member be walking around freely in Fresno? That to me yells Upstate Southside territory, right? Now the sad thing is that that a civilian passed away. If he is a civilian, we all know that the police like to paint, the criminal as the bad guy and the victim as he's never done nothing in his life. And we all know that sometimes that's so far from the truth. The only person that really knows whether that fool was gang related or not is the shooter, and the guy himself. Now let's continue.
According to police, Rojas and his friends were in no way associated with gangs and were simply celebrating the Niners' trip to the Super Bowl.
I don't think there's any question that it happened, and there may be a couple witnesses who saw this. Was there a conversation before the shooting took place? What was that conversation about? Was there antagonism between the two? Was the person, or the victim in this case, attacking the defendant?
Police say Gonzalez is a member of the Playboys Sureno gang and was homeless and on probation when he was arrested and booked into the Fresno County Jail on murder and weapons charges.
So this fool was homeless, jobless, on a bike, but had a cuete? Damn, son. He wasn't slipping. He was homeless, but he wasn't slipping. He was carless, but he wasn't slipping. He was a jobless, but he wasn't slipping. Maybe he was just mad at the world, bro. Sometimes we all go through those. We all go through those little humps in life where we're mad at the world. We're mad at everything, dog. We want to start over. We don't care about things no more. We want to move on. We want to just leave everything behind. I've been there. And if I've been there, I know you've been there. Maybe he was going through one of those hard times in life, and he saw something, and maybe the guy mad dogged him, or said something slick, and this fool just wasn't going to have it, dog. I'm not going to lie to you. There's days where I say, you know what? I'm tired, bro. Truthfully, I feel like I don't fuck with nobody. It seems like people pick on me or try to pick on me because I'm cool. But sometimes I be having those days where I'm like, man, I wish a fool would. Today's gonna be that day where we all gonna regret it, dog. We all gonna die or go to prison today, But I'm glad that that day don't come, you know. But maybe he was having one of those days, bro. Regardless, somebody went to prison and the other fool is dead. And that's never good, homie. Even if it is between gangs and gang violence and it's all within the guidelines, it's still not good, homie, because you still got family on both sides that are gonna cry, that are gonna mourn, that are gonna be mad, be angry, be sad, kids. So it's never good, homie. Gang violence is never good. Let's continue.
A makeshift zip gun is believed to be the weapon used in the deadly confrontation.
Even with a plea, I think he's looking at a life term, 25 to life, 50 to life. There's a number of charges here, and he could stack them one on top of the other. But this is a murder case, and if he's convicted, or even if he pleads to the murder, he's looking at substantial time, if not life in prison.
A zip gun. I had a homie from the barrio that had a zip gun. What that is, it's like a make believe gun with one shot in it. This homie had it was like a pump thing. You would put a 22 bullet in there and you would pump it. Oh, it was a nail gun. It was like a nail shooter. You put a 22 and you'd go like this and it would shoot the bullet out. Shout out to my boy Pelon. He in El Salvador right now. He got deported. That's the homie. He was one crazy fucking Selvi, shout out to him. But yeah, he used to roll around with a zip gun, just smoked out, fucking making dumb shit, came up with the idea of creating a one shooter, but I'm glad the homie is doing well today. It is what it is, salute. But look, this lawyer said that if this fool pleads out to murder, he might get some less time. He might do life. He might do death penalty. Who knows, dog? Because when you sign a deal, you can avoid getting certain terms, right? I had a homie. I don't want to give the details, even though it's a dead issue. Case is over. But when I got shot, one of my road dog, right? My right hand man, he went to go handle business in broad daylight. I'm in the hospital dying, and this fool went to go handle business in broad daylight with people outside and everything. And they wanted to give him 25 years, and he ended up pleading to something less and only ended up doing 7 years. And that's because he was able to, plea bargain. And this was all with a paid lawyer, but it wasn't like one of them high-end paid lawyers. It was like the cheapest one you can find, And so I know that sometimes you get hit with some high charges, but you could plead out to something less than that, But let's continue.
This was Fresno's fourth homicide of 2020. Gonzalez is due back in court February 13th. Jason Oliveira, ABC 30 Action News.
All right, now look, there's a part 2 to this. This was in 2020. Now he was sentenced to 75 years, and I want to go ahead and watch that with you guys. Now look, like we said earlier, gang violence is never good, dog, but we all know what we sign up for. Some of us make it, some of us don't, and as much as a lot of people want to believe that that guy hasn't been through it, or that guy hasn't been through it, or that guy hasn't been through it, everybody got a story, homie. Everyone got the story. Everyone has went through their own hardships. You cannot judge somebody by the way they look, bro, because you look at a guy and you're like, oh, that fool looks like a square. But in all true reality, he might look like a square now, but at one point he was a crazy motherfucker. So don't ever underestimate anybody. Don't ever think less of anybody, dog, because when you do, you end up on the front page news. All right. Now let's go ahead and press play on this sentencing of the man from Playboys. Let's go.
Been nearly 5 years since investigators say Frank Rojas died due to a deadly case of mistaken identity in southwest Fresno. Today, the victim's killer appeared in court and learned his sentence. Action News reporter Gabe Ferris brings us the judge's harsh words. Gabe?
Well, Warren, the judge was very stern and outright rejected the defense's final effort to ask for mercy. The judge called Daniel Gonzalez evil and then sentenced him to 75 years to life in prison. It's a story you'll see only on Action News. A convicted Fresno killer learned his sentence Thursday, putting an end to a 5-year legal battle, but not the pain for his victim's family.
Frank was taken from us. He was a great son, a great father to his son.
Frank Rojas was just 24 when he died outside his southwest Fresno home in February 2020. He was with friends celebrating the Niners' trip to the Super Bowl when prosecutors say Daniel Gonzalez approached him.
The defendant approaches their house, immediately acts in a violent manner in that he used his hand to pretend to shoot at their house.
It escalated into a deadly shooting. Prosecutors say Gonzalez was a known gang member and thought
the homie looks evil, dog. He looks okay. And we're only going based off of what he looks like, all right? We don't know his intentions. But he looks like one of those ones that could flip on you with the quickness. Everything's cool from 1 minute, and the next, he flips on you. This is why I tell everybody, don't move on emotion, dog. Don't move on feelings. If you're angry at the moment, relax. Take it easy, my boy. Chill out. Think about it. Come back to it later. You don't gotta act on how you feel at that moment, because in this game of life, we're playing chess, fool. And I know it sounds corny, like chess, not checkers. It sounds corny, but that is the truth. The name of the game is to stay alive and survive, bro. The name of the game is to stay free. Now, I don't want to make this about me, but I remember when I was laid up in that bed, dying, because I got shot. I had told my peeps, hey, tell my homeboy, the one I talked about earlier, not to do nothing. We'll figure it out when I get out the hospital. Only because I knew he was a hothead, and I knew that he was going to be out there knocking shit down, right? And the message didn't relate to him, bro. And if it was for me, we would have waited until the time was right, whether it be 1 year, 1 month, 1 week, 1 decade, but we would have handled business and got away with it, because that should always be the goal. The goal isn't to crash out. The goal isn't to go out there and get somebody in broad daylight so everybody can see you. That ain't the goal, dog. The goal is to put on your black gloves, put on your black mask, put on your black fit, and find a way to creep at 3 a.m. when ain't nobody looking. But some people are hot-headed, dog. They act like this. They see something they don't like, and bam, you're dead. We all got those homies that we can't take nowhere. You take them somewhere, and all of a sudden they're hitting up everybody. Like, let's go.
Rojas's 49ers flag was that of a rival gang, but Gonzalez's attorney says it's no case of mistaken identity and claims Rojas provoked his killer. The judge fired back.
It was a provocation. You rode up on a bicycle. You made gun gestures towards the home. Flagged the person to come out from where he was at, and then shot.
The admonishment comes after a jury convicted Gonzalez of murder and having a firearm. At trial, jurors...
Wait, so if he pulled up to the pad on the bike and he went like this to the guy, bam, 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 and he goes, come here, and the fool walked out, that means that fool was with the business too. Because if he was a civilian, he would run inside and call the Judas, right? I mean, if you're a gangbanger, you're like, fuck this fool, dog. Let's see what he wants. Let's go outside. What up, G? What's cracking, right? And boom. But if you're a civilian, you're going to go back inside and call the cops, dog. So who knows? It's a tricky one.
Heard from several witnesses and saw key pieces of evidence, including this zip gun.
It's a homemade gun, and it was made out of just random parts that anybody can find anywhere.
Gonzalez remained quiet as both sides made their final arguments. By his attorney's own admission, Gonzalez hasn't shown any remorse. The judge ultimately sentenced him to 75 years to life in prison.
I can't forgive him for what he did. He took someone very important from us, and I hope that he asks for forgiveness to God, because I can't.
All right, now look, I understand what that lady is saying. They took her son, her nephew, her cousin, her brother. But if he was gang related, then your cousin or your nephew has also done some evil things in this world, okay? But obviously they say he wasn't. Who knows, bro? We'll never know. I gotta see a photo of the vato. But rest in peace to that dude. Rest in peace to this homie, because he's about to go up the river for 75 years. His life is basically over. Listen to all the fellas out there, dog. I'm not no preacher. I'm not trying to preach to you, but just know that every time you commit a crime, bro, or you're out there beefing, you're shortening your lifespan. You're shortening your lifespan. And sometimes, bro, it ain't even worth it. It's just a chapter in your book that maybe someday you can switch the page, right? With that being said, salute to everybody. Like the video, share the video, comment, and I'll see you guys tonight on the 200 Boys podcast with Mr. Capone. Let's go.